Well, welcome back, and today I've got another cheapie from Ferguson. Strange thing is that this set was actually a better choice, value for money wise, than the much vaunted Studio 1000, which had built-in speakers. It was in effect a boom box with this record player assembly strapped on the back. And the sound, well, it was quoted in chinky watts, music power output, whatever that means, as being 1.5 per channel. So I think we know what that might have sounded like. But this one was quoted in good old RMS as 5 watts per channel. Now it's taken a bit of resurrecting, this has, because on its way here it's been damaged. I wouldn't recommend using MyHermes, certainly not, no way. I've heard too many horror stories about them. So the upshot of it was I've had to glue this back, this back, this back, this back, and the various other parts as well. And the lid was smashed, and the chap that sent it to me is, shall I say, madder than a hornet. As you'd expect with something made way back in '82, there's a proper power transformer and rectifier group there. And then you've got a high quality tape mechanism, so beloved at the time. It seems like a king nowadays compared to a crapperphone, for example. It's full function, records using AC bias. It only does it on normal tape. Hasn't got a chrome or a metal switch, but this was very much the sort of budget end designed for, I don't know, kids' bedroom, maybe somewhere smaller, somewhere like that. But into all this, you've still got a radio that does long, medium, and rather oddly, still called VHF or FM. Most manufacturers were calling it FM by '82, and it's made in Taiwan. And around that time, my old firm, the railway, we were commissioning electric stock, electric trades that ran on 25,000 volts AC for Taiwan. I believe they were built at York Works, from memory. And so highly were they thought of that the Taiwanese, I'll give them their due, they've actually kept a couple of sets. I think they had about 15 of them or something, and they were retired in the end. You can't keep them going forever, I suppose, especially not when you've got the likes of Bombardier charging you a bomb for spares, because it's all been flogged off, hasn't it? But back to this, and you've got the almost obligatory 5-segment LED display output level there, VHF stereo lamp, recording lamp, as I say, full function tape deck. I've cleaned it all out, re-lubricated it, put new belts in, new playhead, new pinch roller, and a new tyre in the take-up spool drivetrain, because the original was cracked, so it wouldn't drive at all. It would fast forward all right, but as for playback, it would eat tapes. And there's a look at the switch on the end that does your selections. All the switches on this needed cleaning. They were very, very crackly indeed. But I'm happy to report that all seems well again now. And there we go into rewind. Popping these two off means you can get the door off the cover with 2 little screws behind, and then you can adjust the playback head for alignment. I did it without the door on it, of course, as part of the servicing for it. I'm waiting for another stylus for this little thing. Believe it or not, the time-honoured BSR designs have been abandoned by now, and this one's made by Mitsubishi in Puerto Rico, of all places. And it's a 12-volt deck. I don't usually like these low voltage CAN motor type decks, but I have to say this does seem alright. It's an idler drive, so it hasn't got one of those rubber bands in it that the crapper phones use nowadays. And the sound on the thing, it's not too bad as they go. It's not hi-fi, but it's not too bad. Says it all, doesn't it? And as you can hear, not a sign of any crackling at all on the controls now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she's writing for some that are up and coming.
It's funny, isn't it? Because
podcast, which means you can press the pause button, take notes, then punch the air.
And there's your VHF radio.
It's presented by Ian McMillan and produced by Cecile Wright. And
VHF mono. Medium wave, I don't think you'll get much out of it. Where I am, you don't get much for radio reception at all as it goes, as it's because we're at the bottom of a hill and we've got the sea one side, the hill the other, and no booster. But one of the main problems with this was that it's been dropped and it's been broken in a couple of places. I've had to do bridge wires here, also one here and that one there, because the circuit board was open circuit at that point. Also had to clean the record playback switch, which is this long line of contacts here. So you could say it's taken a bit of getting going. And I might be able to make another lid for it, I hope. You never know. Anyway, watch this space and we'll see you soon. Yep, and as you see, Mr. Gabby is still lending a helping hand. He often comes up here when I'm in the shed working. Don't you? Meow. Yes, he says, oh, you do it like that, do you? Oh, I wouldn't do it like that if I was you. Oh, no, no. No, you want to replace that cap with so-and-so, and you really should lubricate that motor, and, oh dear, I'm going to go now, so there. Well, says it all. Makes me smile, actually, because the advert for this said, save me from the tip. It seems I've been taking in too many electronic refugees and other refugees as well, doesn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching, and as I say, we'll see you soon.